Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. Customs data show that in the first 5 months of this year, China's chip imports increased by 13.1% year-on-year, while chip exports increased by 21.2% year-on-year. The growth rate of China's chip imports was 40% lower than that of exports, which means that Chinese chips not only replaced American chips in the domestic market, but also began to go overseas to seize the market of American chips. A few years ago, due to the United States' repeated obstruction of China's acquisition of advanced chip equipment, China decided to develop mature process chips first and build dozens of mature process factories. China's chip production capacity accounted for a rapid increase in the proportion of the world. In 2023, China accounted for 30% of the global chip production capacity. At present, there are still more than a dozen chip factories under construction. China's large-scale development of mature process chips is compatible with Made in China. After all, China is the world's largest manufacturing country and needs a variety of chips. Mature chips account for 70% of the chips needed for Made in China. The development of mature chips can achieve the purpose of replacing domestic chips. In addition, the large-scale development of mature chips will also help cultivate chip technology talents and develop the domestic chip industry chain. By laying a solid foundation, advanced process technology will be gradually developed. From the rapid growth of domestic chip equipment revenue in recent years, some domestic chip materials such as photoresist have replaced imports to a certain extent, highlighting that the domestic chip industry chain is accelerating its improvement. Last year, a domestic mobile phone company released a 5G mobile phone. The 5G chip manufactured by its domestic chip process is considered to be equivalent to TSMC's 7-nanometer process. From the development of only 28-nanometer process a few years ago to the mass production of 7-nanometer process, a breakthrough in domestic chip technology has been achieved. This is undoubtedly a great encouragement for domestic chips, and it also shows that the strategy of laying a foundation by developing mature chips and then developing advanced chips is successful. While meeting domestic demand, domestic chips have begun to move towards the international market. From the data on the growth of chip imports and exports, it can be seen that these chips exported by China are not just imported American chips that are made into commodities and then exported, but Chinese chips are truly moving towards the international market to grab the market of American chips, and even entered the US market. Last year, American home appliance manufacturers said that Chinese chips can meet their requirements, and the cost is much lower than that of American chips. thus replacing American chips with Chinese chips on a large scale. American manufacturers with advanced chips all recognize Chinese chips, not to mention the vast emerging markets. As a result, China has not only become the world's largest chip importer, but also an important chip exporter in the world, with steady growth in Chinese chip exports. The impact of Chinese chips going to the international market will be huge, which will weaken the competitiveness of American chips. Chinese chips will seize the market of American chips at home and abroad, and Chinese chips can obtain more income and enhance their technological research and development capabilities. The income of American chips will decrease, and the innovation ability will decline, and the development of advanced chips requires more funds, which will form a relationship of increase and decrease, and accelerate the shortening of the technological gap between Chinese chips and American chips. Since last year, many American chip companies have suffered losses in the United States. In order to enhance the innovation ability of American chips, the United States now has to provide huge financial subsidies to American chip companies to ensure the competitiveness of American chips. Previously, American chips have always made huge profits and can continue to innovate without subsidies. It can be seen how much pressure Chinese chips have put on American chips in the global market. As China's chip revenue increases, China's chips will not only continue to advance on existing silicon-based chip technology, but will also develop advanced technologies such as advanced quantum chips and photonic chips with more financial support, while also making progress in chip materials. The research and development of these innovative technologies will help China's chips achieve its goal of catching up with American chips.